Tony Schiavone, I think, was infatuated with the Z-Man. That's been well established on his podcast. What happened when he's so complimentary of the Z-Man. You know, Buff, he is the stuff at this point. They always talked about how he was rookie of the year, and he got Flying Brian before he went crazy. I mean, so these guys are all kinds of good at this point in their career. But as you said, you guys were doing your part. You're doing your job, right? You're there to help elevate them in their game. So lots of fun. I want to touch on Madusa, okay? Because Madusa's ringside here with you guys. And last month, she helped you and Bobby get that win with that wild finish at Super Brawl. We didn't talk about it, but remember, she's the one that handed you that powder that you blinded Rick Steiner with. And she has largely been featured with Rick Rude as part of that presentation, but she's becoming increasingly more used in your matches now as well. And she even got you and Bobby disqualified because of her outside interference in several matches with you and the Steiner brothers. But by doing so, she ensured that you and Bobby remain tag champions and the title stayed with the Dangerous Alliance. And you told us a couple weeks ago, Arn, you scolded me. You said you better not forget about Madusa, because if we do, she's probably going to kick one, if not both of our heads off. So, you know, and we all know I have a huge target here with my noggin. But seriously, Madusa, legitimately, she's a badass. She's a trailblazer for women in pro wrestling. What can you tell us about Madusa and the role she played?
Well, she was like a first. I mean, there were a lot of ladies in the business. Most of them were in that role of being a valet, eye candy. Medusa was athletic, and I think probably martial arts, karate, whatever it was, boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, she was just an athletic, tough lady. And if you weren't paying attention, she'd light you up. I saw it more than once.
You think about her. You think about Sherry Martel, right? Kind of in
Right.
that form, right? And then it would evolve years later, obviously, totally different size, presentation, and build. But China, right? She became an enforcer, and in her own way, with, you know, DX and all that. But man, Madusa, you're right. She was ahead of the game when it came to all that, because she had already done so much for women's wrestling. But now here she is, and legitimately not just being that tender valet on the outside. She's an ass kicker. She's getting involved. We've seen her she climbs the cage, you know, in the War Games matches that the Dangerous Alliance has. So she's in, man. She was awesome.
She kind of changed the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as females were used and all that, and what a difference they can make in a match. And she set the standard.